Well, people, it's been a while, but I'm back. I'm back to share that my new book, Predator Poetry Live, has hit the market. And my new number one Predator.com website is also live for you to view all my books with highlights and purchasing opportunities. New Tomorrow's interactive monthly publication with opportunities to read and submit comments, suggestions, or articles for consideration. And there are also links to available achieved or rather archived newsletters, articles, YouTube performances, a place for email contact, and invitations to join available ongoing weekly Zoom sessions where you can meet our participating writers, discuss their related articles, or share your view with others interested to discuss listed topic selections. But at the moment, I wanted to share my responses to interview questions regarding my new release. I have to say, wow, the pondered revelations they brought to light made me consider the opportunity to share why I write the way I do. Starting with the first question we're asked: what inspired you to give your poetry the bold title, Head of the Poetry Alive? And how does it reflect the spirit of your work? I said, I think I have to first credit God, who provided me a life full of experiences, people, places, and things, a collective able to eventually mold the social conscience I've come to try to emulate. Jesus Christ, a true warrior who, beyond the confines of religious attributes, used a series of metaphoric parables, early mind boggling poetry, coining terms like love thy neighbor as thyself, to spearhead a model for human coexistence. A model so threatening to establish religious, socioeconomic, and political ideologies that his assassination became the inevitable conclusion to put an end to his story, but not his message. Still resounding through time are voices threatening the to-date endorsed endgame of traditional capitalism. That being how the overindulging needs of the elect few at the expense of the expendable surplus many continues. That said, my book title and its selected cover and all therein says it all. Another Christ-like warrior's voice who's gone from the limits of street views and opinions to stand on urban rooftop heights where, with an unobstructed, resolved perspective, looks up to the heavens offering his spear, a spear adorned with the collected bones of injustices confronted and personally put to rest. The second question took me down memory lane where, when asked, many of your poems confront themes of injustice and resilience. Which personal or community experiences most shape these pieces? I ended up stating how growing up in a family pressing the importance of maintaining a social conscience with spiritual convictions and beliefs started the ball rolling. But the 60s and the 70s, where negative feelings regarding U.S. involvement in Vietnam and Central America was being amplified by returning vets contributing militant ideologies to groups as the Black Panthers and the Young Lords. That really hit home. They're seeking to confront racial and socioeconomic inequalities regarding simple everyday things like housing, education, employment, and the policing trends in places like Watts, Chicago, and New York help guide both my formal and independent studies to combine religion, anthropology, and sociology with a focus on issues regarding conformity and deviant behavior. It eventually led me to becoming a necessary radical English history teacher and crisis counselor in community based organizations offering alternatives to youth incarceration and education to students deemed not appropriate for traditional high school settings. That brings back memories. But I never really considered how the third question has been subconsciously playing all along my journey. When asked, your writing blends the rawness of spoken word with the depths of written poetry. How do you balance these two powerful forms of expression? I answered, with the strength of Jesus' parables already mentioned, Langston Hughes' ability to combine poetry, humor, and the current events of his time through his famed character Simple led me to an appreciative understanding of how Cahill Brand's eloquent style did the same in his book, The Prophet. His character, Al Mustafa, is an undervalued hermit, given the parting opportunity to poetically share his observation of many community misconceptions regarding topics like crime and punishment, laws, freedom, and my favorite, children. Hence, able to see how they were able to address many social issues across a largely receptive audience using more imagery than a specific character. I sought to do the same because society needs to be reminded that it continues to fall short in striving to assure everyone, especially our young, have a healthy place in the future. However, always fearfully considering how the fourth question could lead me into manipulating propaganda. When asked what message or feeling do you most hope readers carry with them after finishing your collection, I responded, considering the movie Predator 2, where one can inference how violence begets violence, I would like people to reconsider Mahatma Gandhi's alleged quote, "An eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind." It already carries a powerful message for humanity to use as a moral compass. But the final question saved me. It reeled me in and allowed me to find a simple, to the point personal statement. When asked if your poetry could spark one change, whether in society or within the individual reader, what would you want that change to be? I said, utopia. Heaven on earth, howsoever elusive, is attainable, and through my warrior's second coming, is guaranteed. During these escalating shared troubled times, I think it's important to note we are all so specially unique and divinely endowed with the right to respectfully speak and be heard. Thus, I wish people will get beyond self and come to embrace how life and all therein is everything one is able to individually perceive and more. Therefore, beyond what's said before and after my book, I want people to believe that there's more.